All right, we're back with the Gas Souls podcast. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I think it's, what are we on, episode 28 now, something like that?
Yeah, 28.
28, oh boy. How's your week been? How you doing?
My week's been pretty good. Pretty busy, I guess you could say, but
It's that
not
time
too
of the
bad.
year, man.
Yeah, I've actually, so since Thanksgiving, I've started going to bed pretty early and waking up really early, and I kind of like it. I wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning, and I cook some breakfast and watch the news for a little bit, and then I'll start my day.
Look at that. I wish
Inspired.
I wish I could say the same thing. I am the fucking dude. I cannot wake up in the morning worth a shit. I've never been good at that. I hate waking up in the morning. It's fucking awful. But yeah, it's fucking dude. It's that time of the year, man. I don't know what's up with fucking December, but just all kinds of magical shit comes out that you gotta fucking take care of. It's been one thing after fucking another, at least for me. On top of everything else, it fucking breaks. I was telling you earlier, I fucking reinstalled Windows because Mizzou broke my computer a little bit trying to help me fix something.
What do you do this time?
He doesn't usually break my computer, but this time around, I was trying to get See, what had happened was, okay, so this will tie in something I wanted to say. First off, before I say anything, this will lead into what I was saying. I'd like to give a personal fuck you to this lady I talked to on the phone. The PS5's journey continues, and so now, apparently Walmart is selling them. Like, you can walk in, sometimes people are getting lucky, you can walk in and buy them. They've been putting them on the shelves and shit, which is like, they said they're going to do online only. So, I've been researching, I've been doing my homework. And, of course, I called my local Walmart. So the first one was like, nah. And I was like, all right, cool. And so I called the other Walmart in town. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And, you know, you got any PS5s? And I don't know what the fuck. Maybe she was just having a bad day or what. But, like, she acted so offended that I even, like, thought about or even, like, that they even would sell them in the store. I don't know. She was so pissed off. She just had that shitty tone, and it pissed me the fuck off.
She's probably getting a lot of people, a lot of parents calling, though. It's Christmas time, you know, they want to get their kid a PS5.
Yeah, but she didn't have to. Like, go fuck yourself. I just asked one question. All you had to say no, and that was it. But I was like, I just was looking for some information. I was trying to be nice. I understand, but like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
I had a similar experience with a cop in Walmart, actually. So we were looking for kiddie pools for an event, and we were in the garden section, and they had like the little kiddie pools, but they didn't have the big kiddie pools. Well, I went outside to look for the big kiddie pools. Well, there was this guy in the garden section, and from the back, he was just wearing like dark pants and then like a dark polo that was tucked in. So he kind of looked like a manager for a Walmart, you know, like how they'll dress kind of nice. Well, my buddy went up to him and asked him if he knew where the kiddie pools were while I was outside. I didn't know this. Well, he turned around and he told him no, and that he didn't work there. And it turned out he was a cop, and he was just one of those cops, I guess like a detective or something, who didn't have to wear all the stuff, but he had a gun and a badge and all that. Ooh. Well, I come back in. So this guy's already been like confused with a Walmart worker by my friend. And I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, sir, do you know where the kiddie pools are? And he turned around with like this look on his face. And I saw that badge and that gun. And I was like, oh, boy. And he's, no, I don't work here. You have to find somebody who worked here. And I mean, he went off on me for like a solid 30 seconds about how he didn't work there. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you worked here. And,
that's what pisses me off. I don't like when people start fucking getting all riled up when you just like a simple mistake or something. I was like, you don't need to be like that. I just asked this lady about.
He thought we were being a smartass though, because like two of us back to back did it. And you know how some of these cops are. They're very proud of their, proud of themselves. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was just, that lady rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, you guys gonna PS5s by chance? She's like, no. And I was like, I just happened to hear you selling them, or some Walmarts were selling them online. And she's like, I don't know who told you that, but and I was like, motherfucker. And that's the problem then. So I heard even more people were getting them at a Walmart, so I fucking went into my Walmart. I stayed up all fucking night. I was like, because you can use, there's this website called BrickSeek, and you can put in the code of the PS5, and you can see like the stock and where it's at in the Walmarts around you. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I haven't had any luck with it obviously yet, but yeah. So I went into the closest Walmart, and Sure and shit, it was 7 a.m. There was like 5 people who were already there, lined up, and there was like no reason to believe. I just wanted to see what it was looking like in there. Just, maybe if I got lucky, but there was like 5 or so people lined up, ready to go in at 7 a.m. And I was like, well, they're definitely looking for it. And I didn't want to be one of those guys just to hop right in line with everybody. I was kind of like waiting and seeing, and then they let it open. So I just walked in kind of behind everybody. And I walked in as they were walking back at the electronics section. I was like, yeah, I know why you guys are here. Anyways, I walked in, and sure and shit, there's a sign. We were only selling 1 console per person. I was like, that motherfucker. Both of them lied to me, but that second lady, she didn't need to be that angry about it. You know what I mean? Fuck. But anyways, so leading into my story, so I got this fucking Bluetooth thing. I figured I'm not gonna get a PS5 for a while. So I was figuring out how I wanted to play Cyberpunk since that's coming out here in a couple of days. I'm super fucking excited for that. Bazoo got me this, or he sent me a link to this Amazon. It's like a little USB Bluetooth thing, and I don't know where the fuck I've been, but I should have bought one of these a long time ago. You can connect a bunch of devices to it. I think I can connect my headphones to it, so I don't even have to use the cord, which is really cool. I haven't got to that part yet, but maybe why. Anyways, I was having some trouble with it. I got I was trying to connect my PS4 controller so I could just fucking sit on the couch and play through my TV, but use my computer. It wasn't fucking working for whatever reason, and he had me reset some app settings, and whatever it did, it made it to where I could not use any Windows settings whatsoever, like general settings or anything. Like, it just wouldn't pop up. So if I had to change anything about my computer whatsoever, it just wasn't happening. So I was like, I wanted to reinstall Windows anyways. Because I don't know, I built this computer back in January, and I've built a lot of PCs over the years. Not a lot, but a handful. And I've never had as many issues with any of the other ones as this. I don't know why. And it's like, there's nothing actually wrong with it, but it's just fucking how, Windows is compatible with all this other shit. As apps update and as Windows update, it breaks other fucking shit. And it just seems like as time goes on, more and more stuff breaks. And so I ended up just fucking reinstalling Windows. So hopefully this podcast doesn't sound like ass. I think I got all my OBS settings and everything back the way it should be. So that's the end of my story. But anyways,
did you see what I sent you on Instagram, by the way, going back to the PS5?
No, I'll check it out right now. You gotta tell me when you send me something on Instagram, because I don't fucking check it.
So, I'm mad about it too. Some guy, he's tricking the robots. So he's got a PS5 listed on eBay, but when you open it up, there's a big disclaimer that he's only sending a picture of a PS5 for like $1,000 and telling people not to buy it. So I guess robots are spending thousands of dollars on pictures of PS5s from this guy.
It's funny. I found out about that because I was just checking eBay just to see what the prices were like. And it's funny, if you check now, it's like 50-50 between buying PNG images and actual PS5s. If there's anything below like $900, you're buying an image.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I was thinking about that. I was like, man, maybe I need to hop on this train if bots are actually doing that. That's a free, $500-$600 or whatever if you can get one. To might look into that a little later. But I gotta talk about Washington football team. I am so fucking. Let me tell you something. I've been watching Washington football team for most of my life. I didn't really get into it until around like 2012 when they drafted RG3. I was like, well, now I should probably fully pay attention. But I always kind of, kept up with it a little bit. But man, that was one of the greatest wins I've ever seen. For those of you who don't know, Washington football team 4-7, walking in to Heinz Field, Pittsburgh Steelers, undefeated 11-0, and they, just to add on to the shitty Washington football stats, they haven't won at that field since 1991. And sure as shit, they pulled it off. I couldn't believe it. I was supposed to stream that night, and it just so happened, I think it was fate that I could watch that, because I was supposed to stream that grit shit on Monday. The grit auto, whatever I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, it's like if you've seen me stream it, you know what the fuck it is. 7 races, 7 tracks, whoop de fucking do. Anyways, it was we were racing at the Charlotte Legends Oval. My dumbass picked the Pro 2 truck. I didn't even make the fucking field. I couldn't stream it because for whatever reason, OneDrive decided it was going to upload every single file on my computer to OneDrive. So I didn't know it was happening. I don't even know why it was happening. I didn't authorize it to happen. I didn't ask it to happen. But it did it anyways, just like computers do. And it fucked me the entire night. Anyways, so I couldn't stream. I didn't make the field, the feature race. I did flip my dick off, though. I got hit up the ass, and then I got hit up the ass more, and then it was like we made contact, and my left rear hit this dude's right front, and I just started tumbling end over end off into turn 1 of the Legends Oval. And I stuck the landing, too, and pulled right back out in front of the leaders. But yeah, I didn't make the field because the truck was too fucking slow. And anyways, so I was like, yeah, fuck it. Good luck, David. I don't even know where he finished. So I got off and I went over to watch the fucking the game, and I had been watching it beforehand, and Antonio fucking what the fuck's his name, Gibson. He fucking, I can't think of his first fucking name. Anyways, he fucking went out early, and I was like, we're fucked, and they were fucked for a while. I ain't gonna lie, but I was listening to Ron Rivera after the game, and he was saying, and I couldn't believe it, but he was right. He said that there's looking into the analytics, there's a 70% chance increase in winning the football game, deferring the football, which means you give it to the other team. That way you get the ball at half. So the analytics say if you score going right before the half, and then you get the ball and score again, it's a 70% increase, and that's exactly what they fucking did. It was a 10-point swing, and it all came down. Cam Sims made one of the fucking best catches I've seen in a while. One-hander, got him in a field goal range, and they kicked the field goal. They were only up by 3, and it was like still 2 minutes left, and I was like, well, here's where we get picked apart. I've watched this movie before. But first play, Ben Roethlisberger throws it. Montez Sweat, this big bastard they drafted a year or so ago. He's a big bastard. He is fast too. He jumped and batted the ball into the air like 10, 15 feet in the air, and he picked it off first pass. I couldn't believe it. I was jumping. I was screaming. I jumped so hard, I pulled a muscle in my foot I didn't know I had. There was something in the top of my foot, and it hurt. And it didn't hurt after a while, but then I went out to my truck today to get something out of my truck, and it was cold as fuck. I was out there in a t-shirt, so I ran back outside because I left my truck unlocked. I didn't have my keys, so I bolted back in, and I was like, oh, fuck, and I felt my foot, and I don't know what the fuck it is, something at the top of my foot, but I was like, holy shit, man. I was so fucking hyped, though. I can't believe it. The playoff hopes and dreams are still alive for a Washington football team. Now I know what it was like watching, or I guess the Giants fans know what it was like watching their game against Seattle. Because at this point, it's Giants versus Washington football team. And the one good thing about it, though, is I'm cool either way. Obviously, I want to win the division, but the way the NFC East is, everybody's got beef with the Cowboys and the Eagles because, fuck them. But it's like the Giants and Washington football team almost have like a truce. I don't know why, but it's like we don't quite have as much bad blood as what we do with the other teams, so it's okay. But and the Giants too, especially, they have some old football team players.
What happened with the Giants? I saw people on Twitter calling for somebody's job, and I think they got it because I saw somebody was fired or something.
Oh, that was the Jets. I think you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what had happened was they were gonna win their first game of the season. I think they're 0-11. They were 0-11. They were gonna win their first game of the season. And they're playing the Raiders. It came down to like 5 seconds or whatever. And, of course, at that point, it's going to be a Hail Mary since they're so far down the field. So the Jets decided that they were going to all-out blitz instead of just play prevent defense. And the Raiders have this little speedster, and he just walked right fucking past the one guy that was actually guarding somebody. And Derek Carr dropped a dime, 5 seconds left. They shouldn't have fucking... They it was so stupid. It was of course he got fucking fired. I don't know if he just was. I mean, to be fair, I guess it's kind of a strategy. All out blitzes on a Hail Mary. I mean, all right, you're not gonna have a lot of time to throw it, but it just they picked it up and it just didn't work out. So yeah.
I just saw on my Twitter timeline The next morning, it was nothing but people saying somebody was the biggest dumbass or it was the dumbest thing they had ever seen. I obviously I don't watch football, so I didn't know who or what, but I knew somebody did something really stupid. Because, like, honestly, whenever I watch, like, I have a good way of watching football. Like, usually when I watch something significant happens, like, I got to see who was that guy who used to play for a Washington football team who tried to return it and he ran backwards.
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, I was watching that game. That was pretty funny.
Who was that? I think I was against Cowboys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Ended up fumbling it. And...
I don't want to talk about it. He fucking he made up for it too, but they still lost.
Well, see, my dad, you know this, but my dad, I don't know if he still punts for them, but Chris Jones, he was the punter for the Cowboys. I remember I think he ended up recovering the ball or something somehow. It was so bizarre. But my dad and his brother used to work together, and Chris has actually been to our old house, which is pretty funny. And then one day, I didn't know. One day, they were like, "Hey, remember Chris Jones? Yeah, he's playing for the Cowboys now." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing these days. I know he's not the punter for the Cowboys anymore. I don't know if he's still
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't hell, I don't know. I didn't know anything past he played for the Cowboys because I was like 6. I remember he jumped at a little bounce house with me. We had, and yeah, that was really my experience with him.
Chris Jones, football punter, 31 years of age. It says he's a football punter for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh yeah, I guess he's still there. They had somebody else punting though. I don't know. Maybe he's on the COVID list or something. But it says
right here, missing multiple weeks due to injury.
Oh well, there you go.
Former XFL punter is going to fill in for him. So that's what happened.
Okay, well he's still digging then. All right, love to see. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm so fucking hyped. The Giants were playing the Seahawks, and so we're rooting for the Giants to fucking lose every chance they get. And so we figured Russell Wilson and the Seahawks would just just shit all over them. But they won, so good for them. I was really hoping they didn't, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with Seattle, but what the fuck, Seattle, get the shit together. We still got to play Seattle, so hopefully they suck just as bad as they did versus the Giants. Probably not though. But I think Washington football team's got an easier schedule than the Giants. They still got to play a couple heavy teams. So I like the chances for the division, but there's my football talk for the day. Let me know how y'all's teams are doing. I gotta say though, that Pittsburgh football team game, oh dude, fucking ESPN instant classic. I was on the edge of my seat. I hadn't been that invested in a football team game in a long time. Probably since 2018, before Alex Smith fucking died almost. Fucking almost lost his leg. I tell you what though, that is a tough son of a bitch. It's incredible that he's still playing, but dude, his other leg, I don't know if you saw it, but he took a cleat to his other leg and it was just gushing blood, and he just fucking kept his foot in it, man. He kept on playing.
He's been through work.
It was, I know, it's crazy. He's probably like, it's pussy shit, man. Fuck it, keep it out there. They taped him up at halftime and kept on going. That was, oh man, it's fucking nuts. But man, I had much respect to him, man. I mean, if I was, roles reversed, if I was fucking him, I can't imagine I'd be playing football after that shit. But not only is he playing, but he's playing pretty good, and he's got him looking for the division. So I'm so excited. But with that, we got to talk about that F1 race. What'd you think? You watched it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, damn right I watched it. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the circuit actually, I was really afraid that it was going to be a really shitty race because there's a lot of hype going into it. And it was kind of lame there in the middle section, but it picked up. I was afraid there wasn't going to be as much passing as everybody thought there would be, just because the couple of corners they actually have, that little chicane whoop-de fucking do they do there in the middle of the lap, it's real tight, and I figured how F1 cars are in dirty air, I just figured they would slow them up enough, they wouldn't be able to pass. But that first lap incident, Charles and poor Max Verstappen, that poor bastard trying to drive around it and hit the gravel.
So what's funny about that is Spider texted me right before while they were gridding, I guess he was looking to put money on something, I guess. he said, "Who do you like?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy." And he's like, "I think I like Verstappen." And I was like, "All right,
no.
go with it, I guess." Well, then lap one, he eats shit. And I text him like, "I hope you didn't pick Verstappen." He's like, "No, I didn't do anything. I'm not even watching what happened." I was like, "Oh man, you got to see this." He wrecked, missing the wreck. But yeah, that was pretty wild. I thought it was a good race. I was kind of with you. I knew everybody was hyping it up. I thought it would probably be boring. Because honestly, the two F1 races I've watched leading into this were really exciting to me. So I figured I was due for like one to put me to sleep. But honestly, I thought this was probably the most exciting one I've watched.
Yeah, it's I'm sure Abu Dhabi would probably put you to sleep. But yeah, I knew once Verstappen and Charles crashed out, I was like, oh man, this is like we got a chance for one hell of a podium here. And oh man, everybody wanted to see George win so bad, myself included. I couldn't believe Mercedes. You don't see Mercedes trip over their dicks like that whatsoever. I mean, they fucked it hard. That might have been one of the biggest dick steppage events in F1 this season, I would imagine. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck they were trying to do. They didn't even have to pit. I mean, they could have, and they tried. I don't think they needed to, but they did anyways. And not only they double stacked them. I think the problem was, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I would imagine the safety car came out and they were already coming up on pit road. So that's the thing, though. The circuit is so fast, you know. It's so they were running what, like 55-second lap times. So I mean, that's some of the quickest lap times F1's really ever seen. So a safety car comes out, usually, you know, you're gonna duck right into pit road. A lot of the other circuits, you're gonna have plenty of time to think about what you're doing. But this time around, I don't think Mercedes fucking was expecting anything, and you know, it all happened so quick. They didn't know what the fuck to do. They brought poor George in and they fixed him up. They had the different compounds going on. They were gonna put different compounds on Bottas' car, but I don't think they had enough tires or something like that. They were mismatching compounds and shit, so they just said fucking put it back on his old tires, and then that was the end of his race. Poor George was probably still gonna have a go at it. I thought he was climbing his way up through the field, and then Perez was gonna be the last guy. I think he got up to second, and as soon as I fucking tweeted, this is gonna be one of them classic Bahrain finishes. They came over, cut tire, and it was like when they first put it up, you could tell it was George's radio, and I was like, "What the hell?" But right as I said, "What the hell?" Crofty said that he was talking about Bottas, and I was
he had a rough day.
Yeah,
he kept fucking up.
I was like, "Okay, it's good," and then they were like, "Oh no, never mind, it is George's radio." I was like, "Oh fuck." But man, what a podium. There's been a couple races like that this season. Again, going back to the Monza race where it was Pierre Gasly who won the fucking race. And then I don't even know, I can't remember the other two, but it was one of those kinds of podiums. It was, first off, so happy for Perez, man. It was so cool to see all the emotion. He's been around for a while now. It's just, it's cool because I guess, you know, when you're watching NASCAR, it's just all the races kind of run together after a while, so you kind of lose the importance of them. But it was so cool after so long. He'd been around for so long, and he'd been close. I mean, he was in store for a podium last week, but blew up with fucking 2 laps to go. It was so cool to see the emotion and just all the shit he went through to get there and finally got that race win. I'm a sucker for those kinds of moments. I was really happy for him. And then Ocon, I didn't even see how he got up there, but P2, okay, first podium, I think, for him. Who finished third? Do you remember? Stroll, that's right. It was the other pink car.
Stroll, yeah.
That was another man. That was another one. I always try to. I don't try to, but I've been shitting on Stroll for a while. Old daddy's money boy. Man, I can't remember how much money he spent on buying that fucking team so he could get a ride. But props to him, man. You know, he's actually gotten pretty solid. He ran really well, and he was on track to win the fucking wherever the fuck that was, old slippy track. And then the race fell apart for him, but he's come together. Good on him. I'm happy for him. So, but most of all, I'm a big fan of just the what the fuck podiums. It's pretty cool. But yeah, everybody felt bad for George, myself included. But man, after a race like that, he's going to be in F1 for a long time, and I'm sure eventually it shouldn't be too much longer after this. He'll be in a competitive car. and he'll be winning plenty of races. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, now it's like, what the fuck does Mercedes do? They haven't signed Lewis Hamilton yet, and he's gonna want a big meaty contract. Bottas, I don't know how that stands, but it's like at this point, man, I like Bottas, and I always root for him. But man, I'd love to see George in that second car and just see him and Lewis duke it out every single week. That'd be fun as hell. But
apparently, Bottas changed his bio on Instagram or something.
Oh, really?
People were rumbling about that.
Ooh, okay. That's another one, man. Perez. It looks like, I mean, after this win, the conversations are really starting to fire up about him getting, because he doesn't have a ride for next season, which again, it's pretty fucking stupid. But the way the grid is kind of played out, it's more of who's got the money. Like that buddy's coming up from F2 with the big forehead. He's bringing a lot of money, and whoever else. So
he's the one who punched somebody in the face.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
On the bright side, he might make things interesting on the grid next year. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I haven't really watched any F2 whatsoever. I did get the F1 the TV subscription, which comes with F2 races, I think, but I missed the last one. So either way, yeah, I'm excited. They announced Haas's lineup with Schumacher as well being in there. So there's gonna be a lot of new faces on the grid. I'm really excited for.
When do F2 and F3 race? Because I was talking about it on my stream earlier. I gotta find me a favorite F1 guy. Like I jokingly said, Stroll was my favorite when he was leading the first race I watched because I like the pink car or whatever. And I may just stick with him. Who knows? You know. But they're not. He's not going to be in a pink car next year apparently. So that kind of rains on my parade. But like I need to watch F2 and F3 and like find somebody to support. Are there any Americans doing anything worth a damn?
Yeah, actually. Do you remember Dalton Sargent? I think that's his name, right? He raced in NASCAR. Or is
no way. Dalton Sargent?
No, his brother Logan, I think, is his name. He's in F2, and he actually won a race.
So it goes F3, F2, F1, I'm assuming, right? There's no funny business there?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Is there an F4, F5?
There's something for, dude, I don't quite know the ladder like that.
I know there's E somewhere in there, too.
Yeah, Formula. Yeah, that's another fucking thing. They got the women's series now, Formula F or whatever, or Formula W.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
How's
fun.
that one going?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to start, I guess, next year.
Remember when Pippa ripped it to shreds?
I do remember that. Yeah. What did she not like about it? I don't remember.
That it was fucking stupid.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, like it's just fucking stupid. Like, I think her point was, and I agree. Like, racing is the only sport that I feel like I don't care what anybody says, you cannot put, okay, well maybe nowadays you could, but in most cases I don't think it would be appropriate like to put a female in a men's basketball game in most cases. Like, yes, there are women out there who could probably beat a lot of men, but for the most part there's going to be like physical differences. Racing, it's more about how you can control the machine or whatever. So like racing is the true like equalizer, I feel like, where a woman could go in there and kick guys' asses and be at no disadvantage. And I think her point was making a women's only series kind of makes it seem like women are less than men or whatever and couldn't do it. I think that was her whole point.
Yeah, all
which
right.
I agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I believe Williams has a female on their and she's hot shit from what I understand. I don't know too much about her as well. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but I know that I don't know what she's doing, but I know she's hot shit. I don't know what the roster looks like, but hey, hopefully it does some good things for some folk. But yeah, the Logan Sargent F3. I think I said F2, but he's in F3 and he won a race. Races for Prima, I guess that's how you say that. But yeah, there was one guy's name was Bent. That's my guy. I don't know how Bent's doing, but I think that was his name. I gotta find this F2 roster. But it was like he won a race, and I was like, that's a cool fucking name for him. Let me pull up his F2 roster. But yeah, Logan Sargent. So he's our hopes and dreams right now for an American driver in F1, I guess. Let me pull up this fucking roster. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I definitely want to get into watching it more because there is that's the one fun thing I think about watching it is that it's kind of cutthroat. There's a lot of really fast guys coming in and out, and you know there's only so many seats. So, damn, I'm trying to find this guy and I can't It might be an F3. Shit.
What a shame.
Let me look up Ben.
Well, while you look
there
it up,
he is. Ben Fiscal. There he is. I haven't checked in on him in a while. I followed him on Twitter though. Ben Fiscal is a racing driver from the Netherlands. He currently competes the FIA Formula 3 Championship with MP Motorsports. There you go. Well, he won a race too. That's right. That's what I knew about him because yeah, him and Sargent. All right. Well, he's my guy. I think I wanted to root for Charles because he was my team's Alfa Romeo and they suck, but he was there for a year. And I chose Charles, but then he went into Ferrari and he kind of became like the go-to bandwagon driver. And I was like, I don't know if I want to commit myself to that. So maybe let me pick somebody else. Maybe I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, what were you saying?
I tweeted about that pit stop going wrong for Mercedes. And I said it was the worst stop I've seen in my 3 weeks of watching F1. And some people were dropping some interesting comments. One guy said he's been watching for 9 years and it was the worst stuff I've seen. But somebody said, and I was wondering if you could maybe help me understand this. He said that he's been watching for 5 years, and this is the second worst stop he's ever seen. And in parentheses, he put Red Bull not having the tires out at Monaco. So I didn't look it up, but it sounds like Red Bull just forgot that tires were a part of a pit stop or something. And the guy came in, and I guess they just stood there.
See, this I don't know about. Oh, here we go. I think I figured it out, though. This might have been, yeah, I think this was a little bit before I really started watching. This is an article from 2016. That's actually when I started. I was the first year I played the F1 game was F1 2016. I'm assuming that's what this is. Red Bull has revealed that Daniel Ricciardo's pit stop blunder that cost him victory in the Monaco Grand Prix was triggered by his tires being stuck at the back of the garage.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm watching the video right here. The little side guy turned around and went, "Where's the tires?" And then about that time he pulled in.
Oh, no. Oh, that's funny. That's another thing about the F1 TV. If you ever want to really get into it, they have a really solid archive of all the past seasons of some full races and race recaps and stuff. I've been watching some of that. I watched the 2007 shit show that was the Nürburgring race. I think if I got that right. It was funny because there was a stat that came out of that race. That was when it started raining as they started the race. And this one dude pulled a pro gamer move, and it was his first race too. He came in, and instead of starting on the grid, he started from the pits, and they put wet tires on him, and he started off the race. And anyways, it started raining, and everybody started wrecking off the track, and he was on the wets. So he ended up leading a good portion of the race. He didn't win, but to this day, I think he still holds the record for highest percentage laps led in his career over Lewis Hamilton and everybody else, just because of that one race. So but yeah, man, it was a solid race, Bahrain. Now I'm sad because it's the last race. We had 3 weeks straight of F1 and all leads to Abu Dhabi. Obviously the championships well and done, but one more race. Hopefully it's a good one, and then I'll be sad because after that I don't know what the fuck. There's not really much else to watch. But F1's been fun, and I'm super excited. Now, looking forward, we get one more year of this car, and then we get the new car. That's good. I can't wait I wish I could just fucking sleep through 2021. We get to 2022. We're gonna have new cars for NASCAR and F1. It's gonna be a good time. I'm telling you that. There's something else. One thing I wanted to mention. I was reading briefly into it, and then I realized I wasn't smart enough to comprehend any of it. But they released basically why the Mercedes car was so good this year and some of the shit they pulled with it. And I thought it was very interesting. Again, I didn't really understand a whole lot of it, but something with the rear suspension that they brought it back and it was like part of the rear crash structure or something like that. Either way, it's just Mercedes being really fucking smart. Lewis Hamilton being fucking smart. He knew what he wanted with the car, and Mercedes fucking did it, and that's why they're fucking good. I think that's one thing a lot of people miss. It seems is that Mercedes is just like they're better because they are better. They try harder, I guess. It seems. I'm not saying the other teams aren't trying, but fuck, man, they just they keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to get everything you know, technologically, oh man, I said that without having a stroke. I'm really proud of myself. Advanced and just all the stuff they pile into that car, even with the dual axis steering. Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, dude, they fucking the start of the year they always do like testing and shit, like the preseason testing, as most racing series do. They rolled out with this dual axis steering, so what they could do is. Fucking Mercedes being Mercedes, the two Mercedes cars, they can push in on the steering wheel and pull it out and change the toe in and toe out of the fucking car, so they can warm up the tires without, you know, like so much better. And it's just like only fucking Mercedes. Now, of course, that feature is banned for 2021, but it's like they fucking got away with it, and it's just like the little shit like that, man. It's like it gets all the fucking teams scratching their heads. I just think it's
F1 start.
Well, obviously it started a little bit later this year. I don't. Somewhere around in March, I would imagine. It came like the beginning of March. I think. The Australian GP was right there around the beginning of March, and it almost happened. I remember we were really excited. I was super fucking excited. I was hyped to watch it, and then it was like one of those kind of last minute cancellations, and then that was when everything started shutting down. So I would imagine probably around March, hopefully, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess that's all the F1 talk I've got. Glad you enjoyed the race. Probably won't enjoy the next one. Abu Dhabi kind of, I don't know. I fucking hate it in the F1 games. But hey, hopefully it's a good race. The last couple have been surprising, so we'll see. The next thing, I guess, did you watch any of the Snowball Derby? I guess you did.
I watched the whole damn thing. Yeah, me and
you?
Gary watched the whole thing, actually, yeah.
I didn't watch a single bit of it. I don't know why. I just wasn't really feeling it, to be honest with you. I guess I probably could have got a stream from somewhere. They charged what, $50 for it?
So lucky for me, my neighbor bought it, so I watched from his home on the phone with Gary, who also bought it. But I had a buddy in Zimbabwe who found a Twitch stream. Somebody was watching it on a Twitch stream. So I heard that there were some people watching it there.
Huh. Well, how was it?
It was great. It was really good. The guy's Twitch stream was kind of buffering every once in a while, though, so it was hard to enjoy it at times. Anyway, we watched it. It was pretty good. They did this weird competition caution thing, though. Used to they do live pit stops at the Snowball, but I guess people were spending so much money and practically having like NASCAR pit crews. I remember one time Steven Nasty got into a fight with his own pit crew that he hired. That was pretty funny. So they didn't have any like live pit stops or whatever. So they kept doing competition cautions, and it's like a 300 lap race. And the last competition yellow was with 25 laps to go. And they counted caution laps. So it's like 300 laps just to be guaranteed a 15 lap sprint to the end. That was kind of dumb.
That's pretty dumb.
But anyway, it was still an awesome race. Ty Majeski and whatever that other dude's name was, they slugged it out there at the end. There was one wreck and then another caution, and they went green like with just over 5 to go or something. And it was weird because they counted caution laps up until 5 to go. Once you hit 5 to go, caution laps stopped counting, which also seemed kind of weird. I don't know why you wouldn't just do green, white checkers at that point. But
yeah,
either way, it was a hell of a race. Really good race. Really exciting. Not like a ton of like wrecks or anything like previous years, because like a couple years ago I watched, or the past couple years I've watched, always at the end it seems like there's just a shit show to the end, but it wasn't really like that.
Yeah, I remember watching last year. I think Majeski was supposed to win, and he got turned on one of the late restarts or whatever. They all just got stacked up, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just wasn't feeling it this year. I sure as fuck wasn't spending money on it. Like $50? Is that right? It was 50?
I think so. Yeah, I Speed 51 could kiss my ass.
That's a great way to get new fans invested, or just get new people to watch your product. Let's charge $50 for it. I mean, I don't mind spending money to watch racing. $50 though, you can kiss my wet ass. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know. So I bought it one year only to cancel it right after. and I guess there was like a special going on, and they wouldn't. You have to email, or at the time you had to like email them to cancel it, and they just didn't cancel my shit, and I ended up having to pay for like 2 months.
Oh.
And I finally emailed them, and they refunded me eventually, but like I had to go through a bunch of stuff. They seem very money hungry, and for the quality of it, it's not like, it's definitely not worth $50. And on top of that, they had commercials.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard a lot of people complaining. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, what the what the fuck? $50 and you gonna play his commercials? Jesus Christ! I didn't watch the thing, so I can't complain too much. But that's part of the reason why I didn't, I guess. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have watched it. I should have watched it, but I just I don't know. I didn't get around to it. But I'm glad it was a good race, though. Kind of lost my train of thought there. I don't know. I was gonna say something.
Well, it pisses me off, because, like, okay, I get, like, if you want to do some sort of advertising, like, I get that it's not like a normal pay-per-view, and some dumbass on Twitter was like justifying it by saying, well, there's ads on cable, but that's not, you're not paying for the specific event you're watching. But anyway, this though, like, they were doing full-blown Hooters commercials and shit, like. It was ridiculous. Like, if Hooters is going to pay them money to advertise, we shouldn't have paid to watch. Just start. I don't care if they want to do a ton of commercials. That's why I don't complain with NASCAR. Like, people bitch about NASCAR not having any sponsors, and they get mad when there's commercials. I'm fine with commercials, but if you're going to make me pay $50 to watch a race, I don't want a ton of commercials.
Yeah, that's fair. Fucking the thing that gets me with NASCAR and their commercials is it's all the same ones. Like, you'll see the same fucking 3 ones the entire fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially some of them long, like 500-mile races and shit. You'll see that fucking what's that fucking the one with the grandpa and his kids and he roasts them and like you do sometimes, that fucking COPD God. Shit. Oh yeah. Man, between that and I don't know, whatever the fuck else, we'll see what annoying commercials roll around when we get back to Daytona. But fuck, man. And then you watch F1 without commercials whatsoever, and it's like, oh man, that's man.
That is nice, but like still at the same time, sorry, I was reading something. I can respect the fact that there are commercials, even if I don't like sometimes the timing's a little off. Like at the beginning of the race, NASCAR is awful about playing a ton of commercials back to back, and like you said, it's the same fucking 3 commercials and then a NASCAR commercial mixed in there. But at the same time, I'm fine with a bunch of commercials at the beginning to know I'll get to see the end. You know what I mean? Like they get behind on the commercials and have to throw a commercial up with 5 to go or something, everybody'd be mad. So like, I don't know. It's just a pay-per-view should not have commercials at all.
Yeah, it's fair. It's $50 too. I mean, maybe they didn't sell enough, but then maybe you should lower the price next time. I don't know. But yeah, I can't complain because again, I didn't really watch it, so I didn't see any of the commercials. But yeah, you would think. Anyways, what was up with that? The snowflake, who got dumped? I saw there was a big controversy with that, and that the buddy got DQ'd.
Oh God! So Stephen Nasty is like my guy. I like him because he ran a Fortnite car one time, and he's always like getting into.
I remember that. I didn't know that was him. I remember that car though. Yeah,
he's the one who wrecked that guy too. It blew up on Facebook. He wrecked this guy who apparently was in like for a track championship or something, and he didn't know it, and he wrecked him. And the guy's team came over there. And some crackhead said, I'm going to wait on you and I'm going to kill you and your family.
Oh.
and the guy kind of had some crooked eyes. And I forget exactly how Steven worded it, but he was like, look at me, crackhead. You're looking over there. Actually, look at me. And they had to restrain this guy because he was meant to come over the car and get him. It was so funny.
But yeah, so what happened with this incident?
Oh, anyway, Bubba Pollard. So Bubba Pollard's the baby, but him and Nasty don't like each other. Nasty gave him a bump and run. Pollard tried hanging it back down the track to run into Nasty, gassed it up and spun out, and they DQ'd Nasty for dumping him.
Yeah, see, I really don't like DQs. I wish they just let them race. You know what I mean? I don't know how you feel about it, but fuck, man, because then like there's like no, life ain't fair. shit happens out there on the racetrack. After it happens, you can't change it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just think it's silly to DQ. Like, let the drivers take care of it. You know, they'll probably race against each other again one day, and I'm sure he'll probably return the favor, right? But man, I don't like DQs. I just let him race. It's fucking silly. That's the only thing I had to say about it. Because I saw, dude, I hopped on Twitter one night, and I scrolled through and saw the replay about 10 times in a row, all by, you know, different people. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of silly in my opinion, but that's how it is with the fucking snowball every year. It's always something. Whether it's somebody getting, well, I guess it's always somebody getting DQ'd, just about. So I mean, I saw Chase ran good though. Good for him, I guess. I don't know who else was running. I think Kyle Busch was in it. I didn't see the finishing results, but yeah, I'm gonna watch next year. I should have watched this year, but I just fucking
I'll get that link from my buddy in Zimbabwe.
Oh hell yeah!
But yeah, it's dumb to me, man. That Ricky Brooks guy they're always talking about, it seems like he's on a power trip. Like Chandler Smith was looking at a phone or something and it ended up in his pocket, and they DQ'd him from Q because he had it in his
I heard
pocket
about
or
that.
whatever. Because apparently there's like traction control you could control from your phone or whatever, but he was looking at the standings or whatever. And it just like I don't think the biggest story every year should be tech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with everybody being within the rules, but like Nassie, he won it last year and got DQ'd for like something on a spring. Like it was something like so not. It wasn't like he had a fucking oversized motor in the thing or something. You know what I mean? It was like he drove his fucking ass off and got it taken away because of that. And then this year he got the snowflake taken away from him because Bubba spun out after he hit him.
That needs to be the strat now. Every time everybody rolls in there, just fucking finish second or third. You ought to be okay one way or another. I just like I don't know dick about fucking race cars and you know, just little stuff like that. I guess you know, I've never worked on a late model or anything like that, but it always seems like it's something kind of small. And at that point, it's like, what the fuck's the point? You still got to drive the fucking car. Yeah, you might have a little bit of advantage here and there, but it's like, you know, that's kind of how it is with racing. You still got to drive the fucking car. You got to drive a whole race and still, you know, be the #1 guy. So, I don't know. Either way, I think that brings us to the mailbag. We got to get a jump on it.
All right. So we got a few questions in the mailbag this week. First one is actually more of a comment, but Grant Bailey writes, "Hello, Travis Okozie. My God, do I got a story for you two gentlemen.
All right.
Last Wednesday, I was listening to the podcast during my break time for school. I was halfway through and had to Zoom on my phone, so I'm listening and go to log into Zoom. I planned to listen until class started, so I log in and all of a sudden Zoom somehow used Spotify as my audio. I was halfway through and as my audio source, so my English 11 class got a nice 20 seconds of the Gasol podcast. Also, it was the story about the bad drivers and truckers, so it wasn't too clean. I had to talk to my teacher and principal and plead my case that I didn't do it on purpose. Luckily, I got a slap on the wrist. Anyway, thanks for the entertainment."
All right.
Hell yeah. I mean, sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry. Glad you didn't get in trouble, though. I'm glad they understood.
Maybe they're fans now. Maybe they're secretly looking up that Gasholes podcast.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
The kids are into these days.
That's funny, though.
There's going to be one of those newsletters coming home. You know how, like, when there's, like, a concerning new trend, and they'll put it home, Gasholes is going to be in the little newsletter. Are your kids listening to Gasholes podcast?
Yeah, here's what you can do about it.
Do you know what podcasts your kids listen to? All right. Eli Pope writes, "Hello. Do you guys think you will ever do Gasholes more than once a week over the off season? Thanks again, and raise help and praise Dale." We've struggled to do it once a week during the off season, so I doubt we'll hit 2. No.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not. Sorry. I mean, you know, wish we could deliver a shitload of content, but no, once a week's about perfect.
We're busy enough. I mean, we could barely squeeze this in on Tuesdays. So.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. It was, I was editing and shit, and you were streaming, and then you got done, and I was almost done, and then we got core coming up here in about an hour
I usually
or so.
have class today, too. I usually am in classes from 9:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Nick Varvel writes, "Hey, Travis, just wondering what was your favorite Moon Vision broadcast of this year?" Man, off the top of my head, The one when the new damage model first came out in the K&N cars or the ARCA cars, I did a 25 lap race where caution laps didn't count. Nobody knew how to push. So it took us like 2.5 hours. We crossed over midnight. David came and helped me broadcast it. We had a great time. Cozy caused a big wreck under caution.
I caused 2 of them.
Yeah,
but you didn't catch the other one.
Yeah, I'd come to find out he caused 2, but I caught one of them on the broadcast. He dumped Marshall Newton, caused a huge wreck on the broadcast under caution. So that was one of my favorite ones. And then some of the ones recently, the election night showdown was pretty awesome because I was doing election coverage during it.
That was fun. Blue team rules.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm not going to say it, but there's something cool coming up in the next couple weeks. And then I'm trying to think of one. The 24 is fucking awesome. So
yeah.
I don't remember a whole lot of it, but it was pretty fun. There's been some like specific ones. They're all pretty fun, but some are better than others. Those are the 3 that stick out for me right now. Then there actually on YouTube, there was this one random Talladega preseason race we did that we hit like 280 viewers. And I thought that was crazy. That was just weird because out of the blue, we hit that many viewers, and I still don't know why. Robert Kohler writes, "Hey, Cozy and Travis, I just want to know what platform, Twitch or YouTube, is the best to watch your vids, clips, and live streams. I'm unable to watch your stuff due to time zones and really enjoy your guys' content and would love to support it so it can last. Cheers, Robert from Australia. Holy shit.
Oh, cool. Shout out Australia.
So I don't really put any of my stuff on YouTube. I don't really do YouTube anymore. I mean, I eventually will bring back like the shit NASCAR fans say, but to be honest, like NASCAR YouTube's just a complete meme, and I can have a lot more fun and do a lot more effort and make a little more money on Twitch. So I just got to stick to the streaming stuff. Mooncar seems to be working. So for me, just go to my Twitch. All my stuff's up for like 2 weeks until I get to partner, and then it'll be up a little longer. I kind of want to start like an archive channel of just like the broadcasts. So I may do that eventually, but it would be on my Twitch. Like it would be in my about section. So until I do that, just go to my Twitch for that. And Cozy, I don't know what your advice would be to him.
I was thinking about Australia, to be honest. I'd love to see Australia go down there and get in a fight with a kangaroo or something. Those things that beat your ass, man. You ever see those videos of people duking it out with kangaroos? That one dude who flies in, he's like parachuting and shit, and he comes in, he lands with a couple of kangaroos come up and start beating his ass. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't stream a whole lot, but usually at least twice a week. I know it's always tough to catch the live ones, and I'm not very good with distributing when I'm going live. If you want to catch a live stream, though, if you want to try, I think you can enable notifications, and it should send you an email or something, Twitch notification when I go live. The easiest thing is just YouTube, because it's always there and it doesn't go anywhere, and you can watch it anytime you want. So I appreciate that that you want to help us and you enjoy the content. So thank you very much.
From down under too.
From down under, very cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a missed call from my mom. Now she's texting me. Gary Sack writes, "Hi, Travis and Cozy. This one is more of a question for Cozy." Sorry, Travis. Well, I'll go fuck myself. Cozy, I know this is probably like 1 or 2 years late, but now that the Skywalker saga is over for Star Wars, do you think Disney is going to make more movies, but on a different storyline? Or do you think they're going to keep doing one-off movies like Rogue One and Solo and the show The Mandalorian? Also, Cozy, I heard rumors that Chunk's son, Sum Ting Wong Jr., is working his way through the ranks in NASCAR 2005 to win a cup title for his dad. Is this true?
I can neither confirm nor deny that accusation or whatever that is, but
the rumor.
yeah. Can neither confirm nor deny that rumor. But now the first part of the question, that's right up my alley, dude. I gotta talk about The Mandalorian for a second. Holy fucking shit! I mean, it's gotta be like my favorite show of all time now, which is like a very sacred position in my list of shows. I've watched a lot of shows. The Mandalorian is basically the greatest thing since sliced bread. If you're a Star Wars fan, that is. I know Travis don't know what the fuck it is, but you got to become a Star Wars fan so you can watch this show because it's fucking awesome.
Step by step, man. Hey, I'm watching F1. So give me a little bit.
Oh fuck, man! It's something the Star Wars just everybody needed in the universe. Star Wars fans, they just we needed something like this. The last trilogy, the last trilogy obviously wasn't the best. It was kind of messy here and there. It had its moments, but all in all, again, it wasn't its best. I think they said that they were done though with the trilogies, which I kind of understand. So I think from what I understand from here on out, it's going to be between Disney Plus shows, and then they'll have probably one-off movies. I would imagine though they're going to continue the storyline with Rey and whatever comes on with that. I think, but obviously they're taking a break to figure out what the fuck to do now with the main movies now, so they don't fuck it up again. They're not doing the trilogies, I don't think, anymore, but at least this way they can go movie by movie and kind of piece everything back together. I'm super fucking excited. I think I was seeing that they're going to have a Kenobi spinoff, kind of like The Mandalorian, I guess. I think that's supposed to start filming here in the next couple of months. I'm super fucking excited for that with Ewan McGregor. About fucking time. But dude, The Mandalorian is it is so fucking good. I need more episodes. The first season was kind of like, it was good and it had its moments, but it was more of just like show up, complete a task, and then go on to the next thing, with a couple little Easter eggs here and there. Season 2 though, they've gone fucking ham. Every fucking episode has gotten just a little bit better and a little bit better. And they've all been so fucking good that we're at a point now. I don't know if they can make it any better, but if it keeps on getting better, I'm gonna explode. I don't know. It's just so fucking good. But they're treating it right. They have done it right. They have got the right people in charge of The Mandalorian. I think Star Wars has got a really bright future. I was watching after I finished the most recent episode. I was watching. They have like this little director's kind of. A couple episodes where they talk about how they film and the directors they have involved. I didn't realize, but they have like 6 or 7 or 8 directors. They have I think it's like 6, but they have a bunch of different people that they brought in, and they're all really fucking good. And they all have different aspects they bring. And fuck, man, there's been some really good episodes. This most recent one, I don't want to spoil it, but. The next one's going to be really good. I can guarantee you that. I'm talking about episode 6. We're rating on 7, and then I think it's 8 episodes this season, so then we'll have one more. I am not looking forward to the end of the season because then we're going to have to wait a long fucking time. But, dude, I can't stop talking about it. It's so fucking good, but we got to move on. So, on to the next question.
All right, last question comes from Spencer Sachs. Sup, Travis and Cozy. Big fan of the show, and it has definitely made my day a lot better almost every time I listen to an episode.
Wow.
Shout out to Travis for the random piece of news and episode. Yeah, sorry, I don't have one this week. I have a couple of questions. I got into NASCAR this season. I see why fans hate this package at Kansas. Yeah. And I was looking for good races to watch. What do you guys recommend? Also, how would you explain NASCAR to someone who has never watched it? All my friends think it's rednecks and stuff. Thank you for the content. Sincerely, Spencer. For me, a race to watch, any Martinsville or Bristol. Well, not Bristol, because there's been some boring Bristol ones. But any Martinsville race in recent memory. And then the 2012 Bristol night race. I watched it the other night. Watched part of it the other night. That's a good one. There's some plate races. 2012, like if you want to go through and watch like a season, I think the last like great season was 2012. I think 2012 was like a good season all the way through.
The 2011 Chase, if you want to like break it down to like a 10 race. Oh, dude, watch the 2011 Chase. That was to this day still one of the best championship battles of all time. Yeah, but after a while, after you watch enough, you kind of figure out where you're gonna get some of the better races, like the short tracks, the plate races, where you're gonna get the most excitement, I guess. But yeah, I mean, NASCAR's fucking cool, and if your friends think otherwise, then fuck them. Look, NASCAR's like, it's fucking cool. Racing is cool. Any racing is cool. Cars go fast. Cars crash sometimes very fast. You get badass drivers. It's just, it's fucking cool. And if anybody thinks otherwise, they're ignorant. There you go.
It is rednecks and stuff, though.
It is, yeah. Well, yeah. When you break it down to just NASCAR, yeah, you got your redneck aspect, but it's still cool though. Still badass.
All right, that's the mailbag. askmoonhead@gmail.com. That's the that's where you send it. Y'all know the drill.
Yeah, that's always what it was like for me in school. I guess probably Preet too, because you go to school with a bunch of kids that don't know anything about NASCAR, and they just get that oh, it's just a dumb redneck sport. It's kind of sucks, but that's what you get when people actually just don't watch it. But you got to get people. You sit your friends down and just like, you know, watch something, watch a cool race or something like that. It's hard to pick them out these days. These last like 2 seasons, but yeah. Anyways, oh man, we got to talk about some iRacing.
Yeah. There's a new build coming out. First of all, fuck Coke.
Yeah, what's the deal? They're just like, are they cock blocking or like, are they just like they haven't checked their DMs?
I don't know, but I think they're cock blocking because they've known about this for a while.
Yeah,
because I mean, shit, they sponsored the Coke series. Like they've been in contact with iRacing, and apparently they're just not approving Coca-Cola Speedway, which is going to be like a badass 3-mile fantasy oval from NR 2003.
Well, didn't they have to like check off on it like initially to start the process of building the track?
Yeah, but I believe they have to like give a final approval, and I guess they're not doing so.
What the fuck do you need a final approval for? If you checked the box the first time, why wouldn't you check it the second time? What could be wrong with it?
You're acting like I'm the guy in charge. I don't know. I'm just as mad as you. So I tweeted initially a picture of a blue El Camino, and I said, hey, I got a game for iRacing. What does this El Camino and my balls have in common? Because I've got blue balls, man. So I've been excited about this. I had a double header invitational planned tomorrow night. We had gotten some big names, some real drivers, some streamers, some pro drivers, some just significant good drivers, good people, good drivers. And it was going to be awesome. 2 fucking slugfests at this big ass track. We're going to do the Cup cars and the 87 cars, 2 back-to-back races. It was going to be great. And this morning, I sent some invites out, and I'm like, man, this is coming together. Next thing I know, oh, it ain't happening. The track ain't happening. So I am pissed. I am really pissed.
But on the bright side, though, there's a lot of other shit coming with this build. So,
and none of it I give a fuck about, except the jumping figure 8. That's it. That's the only cool thing. Like, okay, and the F1 car, they're not calling an F1 car. That's going to be pretty cool.
I heard they were doing some other shit, like they were tweaking something with the air in the walls and shit, and then the track surface temps and stuff like that.
Sure, they'll fuck all of that up. Trust me. We've been on this shit for how long now? 7, 8 years?
Yeah, it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, they'll fuck it up somehow. Don't worry. But my anger is not with iRacing because they've done all they can do. I mean, I say they've done all they can do. I mean, you would think they wouldn't be pushing it this late to get approval, but maybe they've had it done for a month and Coke's just ghosting them. But at that point, why not just give it a generic name? Like, we all know what it is. Like, you know, give us the thing and then call it Coke Speedway later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just take the fucking logos off or whatever.
Yeah, just delete all the logos.
Pasoko said that if approval comes like soon, we won't have to wait. Like, they could throw it in with a patch, so that's good. So maybe they will throw it in here soon. But God, that's so disappointing, man. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We may do something tomorrow night, or I guess tonight. When you're listening to this, it'll be tomorrow when the build is happening.
Yeah,
I'll be hosting races, but
let's see how long we gotta wait.
Yeah, this is a big build, so I don't know. We may be out of iRacing for a couple days.
You remember when they used to drop a build and it would be done by like 10 a.m.? Now it's like you gotta wait till like 2 or 3 in the fucking afternoon. And with this being one of the biggest fucking builds yet, it'll who knows? You might not even be able to host any races tomorrow night.
Yeah,
hope that's not the case.
Though, is I'm gonna talk to some of the guys we had on the list for the Coke Speedway race, and we may do something tomorrow night. I really want to try cup cars at Long Beach or
boy.
Miatas at Long Beach or just something stupid at Long Beach. I definitely want to do the jumping figure 8 as well. So I don't know. We'll do some races. They may be invitational. They may be open to everybody. But damn, I'm so disappointed because I was looking forward to that Coke race. I wasn't even going to get to race in it. I was just looking forward to broadcasting.
Yeah, dude. We gotta get you to race though. We have to do some just like get some buddies and I'll do some shit on it sometime so we can get you on there.
I was thinking, man. I'm trying to think. I guess it was my last core race. Was the last time I've raced? No, I've done some hosted races with Vargas, but other than that, I haven't raced anything in so long. One, because I suck now, but I think when I come back to core after the Pro Series is done and I'm done helping them broadcast that, I think I'm gonna be better. Because I was talking to some people who are really good at this game, and I figured out what I was doing wrong. I'm just going to have to completely learn how to drive again. So, like, I'll say it because it's kind of common knowledge. The way the tire model works, I guess you have to be in the rubber or whatever. You know, like if you miss it by a little bit, it kills your tires. And that's a problem for me because I drive like fucking Ryan Newman. And I just got to go wherever the fuck I feel like it and hold people up. And that's seriously what was doing it. So like, even when I was taking it easy, I was killing my tires and didn't even know it. And even when I'm off of the line by just a little bit, just a tire width, you know what I mean? I'm burning the right front off of it. So I think I'm just going to have to start practicing and learn to be a little more consistent.
And that's why all the racing on iRacing sucks ass now, is because that's why.
Well, yeah, because like before this, like I could never put my finger on it because, like, I've never been the greatest iRacer, but I've also never been the person to really practice for iRacing. I used to be able to go out there and just because I could, like I said, be like a Ryan Newman, I could race. Because, like, a lot of people on iRacing just practice hot laps or laps. They don't really know how to fucking, like, race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's, like, when we would run Cesra, I never really practiced or gave a fuck, but I'd still go out there and run top 5. Oh, we weren't racing against the best competition, but still.
That is true.
Still, top 5 was decent in that league. But now, man, like I said, I knew when I wasn't finishing, when I was struggling to get a top 10 in core, when you got people who like could barely figure out how to join the session, beating me, I knew something was up. So I figured it out. Hopefully, I'll come back and be stronger than ever.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, we need you. I think it's going to be a short field tonight, but we'll race at the damn Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It's going to be a hell of a time. 40 laps, too. We're going to be there for a minute. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, a couple stage breaks in there.
That's not as bad. This kind of segue us to the next topic, but that won't be as bad as Blazing Pedals there.
Oh, man, I don't remember that.
Remember, it was like 60 or 70, I think.
Oh, my God. Truck. I don't remember that race whatsoever.
Yeah. So... funny story. Now that I think about it, this is really funny. I don't know if it was, I think it was like 50 or 60. But I wanted to tell some funny iRacing stories, and we don't have a ton of time, so I'm going to keep them brief. And I just was reminded of one. So we ran this league called Blazing Pedals. It was run by an asshole who kind of hijacked the league, who we used to be friends with. And he was notorious for creating the dumbest rules and just over officiating every aspect of a league, which is why we ended up leaving. And honestly, long story short, is why Mooncar was born, because we got kicked out of there. And I was like, well, I'm starting my own damn league. Look where it's gotten us. Anyway, he implemented the week before we go to a road course, a penalty system where basically you lose a championship point for every incident point you get. So on iRacing, if you hit the wall hard, you get 4 incident points. If you hit it kind of hard, you get 2 incident points. If you go in the grass, you lose 1 incident point. Well, I couldn't road race worth a damn at this point. So I go out there and I racked up like 47 incident points. The max number of points you could score in a race, if you got max points, was like 47. I think I got like 47 or 49. Basically, I left that race with less points than I went into the race with. And I'll never forget raising hell to him. And it was the first time he ever told me I was right. Like, he actually agreed with me, because there were people who like wrecked on lap 1 and just quit. And I actually stayed out there, stuck with it. And that's good for me, not to give up. Because I came back and finished like a 10th or 11th after like 47 incident points in a top 10 on a road course. I'll fucking take it. And I looked at points the next day and I was like, I literally would have been better off just not showing up. And I was pissed because I was sweaty after that race. I drove my heart out. I remember I wrecked down in turn one there and pulled out across the track and almost took Preet out a second because he was coming around to lap me. And I about pulled out. I pulled out in front of him and he had to swerve to miss me. Yeah, but I ended that race with less points than I started with. And I raised a lot of hell about that. Didn't get anything changed. Leads me to another point. Tyler Gary in that same league, he was trying to score points while he was out of town, so he got his father to race for him, and his dad somehow managed to unplug the wheel and wreck under caution at Atlanta. Man. Remember that one?
No.
It's like the most popular clip on your channel because you streamed on Twitch because YouTube was down that night.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's one of the most popular ones. Gary wrecked, his dad wrecked under caution. We raced at Blazing Pedals too the season before. Hunter King, an old friend of ours, wrecked a guy. I forget the guy's name, but he was a real weirdo. And he went live after the race and streamed for 2 hours, basically sending Hunter death threats. And saying he wrote like a list of us down who were all going to die in a fire or something.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was really upset. You weren't around for that one. I won the race. I actually won that race.
Oh, right on.
It was a Bristol race. I led. Me and Gilbert dominated that one. Me and Kyle Gilbert dominated it. I wrecked battling him for the league, went in, got lead, and got tires, and with like 15 to go, drove from like 20th to 1st and won it. And then got to watch a guy wish death upon me and my teammates. Back to XCal. Cozy remembers these. It was one of the first leagues we ran in together.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I can't forget that league.
There was an old guy named Randy Hefner.
Oh, I found it.
What? The clip?
I found the clip.
Yeah.
I guess this is it. Oh, look at me. 15,000 subscribers. Oh, yeah, that's what this is. I don't remember this whatsoever. I got to figure out how to improve my memory. Because
You've got a terrible memory.
I can't remember. Dude, I don't remember anything from Blazing Pedals. Maybe it's because how bad the league was, but I just...
No, that's a good thing. I wish I didn't.
Oh, I remember Nick Rose. Yeah. I always joked. Every time I came in the session, I was like, how's your leg doing, Nick? Because he was the fill-in kicker for the Washington football team there for a while. Well, not the same one, but the same name. Anyways, go ahead.
Randy Hefner got his local pawn shop to sponsor him and tried to paint his own car, and he went out there proud of his car, but all the logos were on it upside down. And that same race, he wrecked a guy named Petey.
Oh, we talked about that, I think.
Yeah, and he told Petey he was going for one hell of a ride.
Oh, man.
Full throttled him into turn one at Thompson.
That's one. I don't know if there's a clip of that somewhere out there, but, man, if y'all could have heard just the tone of his voice and the way he's saying, Petey, going for one hell of a ride. Yeah. That's one of those, man. You got to hear it. It's so fucking funny. Oh, man.
One of our first stream of Rod Car, guy by the name of Larry Camp was pacing under caution.
Oh, man.
Swerving, warming up his tires, hung a hard right, hit the outside wall, wrecked under caution. Everybody told him everybody was making fun of him, saying he was watching porn while racing, and he keyed up and said, quote, "No, I didn't. My monitor fell off my desk."
I know there's a clip of that somewhere out there.
That was the last we heard of Larry for a while. Yeah, I guess it broke his monitor or something because Larry. He honestly, funny story. Now that I think about people disappearing, back to XCal, there was a split in the league XCal. You remember this?
Yeah.
There was XCal. Basically, it was a bunch of idiots all together racing, myself included. The admin team was a very interesting one. They split, formed a league called ARC, and then XCal stayed the same. One of the guys from the ARC side of things, we decided to do a meme broadcast to one of their races, believe it or not, which is kind of funny now that I think about it. And there was a guy we knew. His name was Sam Clark. He was an older guy. Really nice guy, really cool guy. I used to wreck him all the time and never meant to, but I don't.
Uh-oh.
He said, "Oh, I got to go get my chicken or check on my chicken."
Oh, I'm losing you. Hold on. I don't know if it's you or me. I think it might be you because it says mine's all right. Well, could be me. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Oh, I think it is me. Oh, shit. 5,000 ping, what the hell? All right, we were back. My internet fucking killed itself there for a minute, and we were back. Yeah, so you're telling us about
Sam Clark.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said he had to go check on his chicken in the oven, and I swear to God, that was the last time any of us have ever talked to that man. He disappeared from that point on, and I still could not tell you where that man is. We did, and 2 years later, we got confirmation that he is alive, or was.
Yeah.
Well, as far as we know, as of 2016, he was alive, but that's as much as we know.
And the thing about it though is that like we talked to him just about like every night or every other night because we all raced together, and that was like in our Skype era, so we'd always Skype each other and we'd get these big group calls and we'd race just like I said, just about every night, and he was a part of it. It was him and whoever else raced with us, Preet probably, and just whoever's available every night. But yeah, just that moment he went to go check on his chicken, and then whatever happened that night, he never came back, and then we all got off eventually, and then we just like from that point on, we didn't hear from him from a single night on for years until that one, like you said, that one instance where we found out that he was live, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't talk to him though. We just mutual contact.
Yeah,
talked to him. There's several people, man. Rodney Walford, and like I'm not even going to joke about this because me and Rodney were close, and I literally have not talked to that man in coming up on 3 years.
Has it been that long? Good Lord.
And I cannot, I've tried like establishing contact with him, and I cannot do it for life. So if anybody knows Rodney Walford, get him in touch with me because I just want to talk to him because we like literally me and Rodney would play PUBG every single day.
Yeah. I remember I played a couple of times. He was really good at it.
He was really good at it, and he was pretty good at racing. We met in Rodcar.
Yeah.
And then
he was one of the guys to beat every week too. He was I learned a lot from him. He was like I think I want to say he's still the all-time most winningest driver in Rodcar. Yeah.
And
I know Jordan was close.
I've reached out to people who knew him better than me, and nobody's talked to him. So I don't know if anybody knows where Rodney Walford is. Tell him to hit me up because I'd like to play some games with him again. And the crazy thing is, like, it concerns me because he's in my Discord and he hasn't been online in this long. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if he just went off the grid because, like, Rod Flag, he will just go off the grid. Like I can usually find like people I need to get in contact with, and I can find Rod to get in contact with him, and he will still not be available. Like it just that man. I mean, he's what I like aspire to be as far as going off the grid. He does it better than anybody else. But yeah, those were just a few. I don't want to keep everybody here all night. Maybe Cozy can actually do his homework, and next week we could come back with a little more in-depth story time because I was hoping we'd both have stories to bounce off each other. Actually, since I'm mad at you, funny story just popped into my mind.
Oh, I know what this one's gonna be.
Which one is it?
Is it Pocono?
Yeah. So we were at a league, MLE, which is really funny because me, Cozy, and Preet over a span of 4 years each won championships. So 3 out of 4 years, one of us was the championships. Champions. So that's pretty good. But the first season we ran street stocks on the NASCAR schedule. So we went to Pocono with the street stocks.
Yeah, it was weird, but it was actually kind of fun.
It was really fun. I had a rough night. I remember Aaron Keith and Mark, the guy who ended up being the admin of Blazing Pedals, who never liked me. Mark was spotting for him because he missed the race or whatever. And on the last lap, my teammate blocked me up the track, and Keith was right on my quarter panel. So when I moved up because I got blocked, it put him in the wall because he wasn't up running against the wall. And still to this day, we argue about whose fault that was. It's like being
NASCAR heat with the fucking...
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was like there was so much room there. It's like, am I going to rear my teammate, or am I going to move up and hope the guy on my outside has enough sense to move up a little bit with me? You know what I mean? Like, I get it's 2 to go, but like, why are we right on top of each other? Because if I stay where I'm at, and we're in a pack too, because they were street stocks, so it's not like you could lift. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I stay where I'm at, we're all 3 wrecking. Why don't we all just move up a little bit and give each other a little bit of room? But anyway, they say it was my fault. I didn't agree. We got into a big fight after the race. But prior to that, there was a restart. Cozy forced it through the middle and doored me, and it pissed me off. I'd already been run into a couple of times. And there was a little bit of tension between like me and Preet and then Cozy because like we were on opposite teams at this time because Mark was feeding you setups and not us, so we were working with tech or whatever. And so there's a little bit of tension there. And when you doored me, it sent me over the edge. So I went down into 1 and 2 at Old Pocono, and like at Old Pocono, when you went through the middle 1 and 2, you started going like uphill almost to come out of or I guess it's just 1. To come out of 1, you kind of go uphill, you know, and the car gets light.
Yeah.
And even in a street stock, we experienced that. So my plan was not to wreck you. My plan was to put you in the wall. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to drift up, and I'm just going to fence him, and that'll send him to the back. Well, both of our cars got light, so as I was turning up, I really got into you, and it sent me and you both kind of Steve Park and Junior style down through the grass, and I was pushing you through the grass. But we never made it to the Armco. We did. We both like. I think you hit it, and I kept it off of it. But you ended up coming back and damn near winning the race.
Yeah, I didn't win. That's why I was fucking pissed.
I cost you the win, so I accomplished my goal of fucking you. But I felt bad because I didn't really mean to wreck you. Because I mean, we were friends.
Yeah, I know.
But I meant to put you in the wall. That's the only time I think we've ever really got. Me and Preet have gotten into it a couple of times on the track. Never intentionally wrecking one another, but like he wrecked me in MLE one night and tried to blame me, and that didn't go over well. I told him what I thought about that situation right there. But me and you, we've done pretty good. Typically, because you're fat, like the only time we race is when you're coming through the field or lapping me. But we've done pretty good. Every once in a while, we'll get into each other and get a little upset. But I've never like straight up wrecked you.
I learned how to race my friends with Preet. We used to, because we talked about it before, but we had some brawls, man, and we are both really competitive, and we both hate fucking losing, and we had a lot of moments like that where we just get fucking pissed at each other. So I just, I always try to, I don't know, I just, from that I was like, I'll just, you know, let the other guy go, you know what I mean? We still had a couple of moments, but yeah, it's never really worth it at that point, you know what I mean? Making your buddy upset, so fuck, man, it's tough sometimes though when you're racing your friend. It's never fun, but it's like, you know, you're trying to not give an inch, but every once in a while you slip up, and then it gets ugly after that. But
I mean, it depends on the like in a league situation. Obviously, you don't want to get into them, but just like one-off shit, like I feel like me and you kind of mastered it in Rod Car, even with that being a league. Like we always found a way to work together, and then there were several times me and you battled for wins, you know, and one of us won and one of us didn't, but we always did a good job. Besides that bumpy Daytona race where you blocked me and wrecked me going to the checkered.
Yeah, because you were like, yeah, let's run both lanes or something like that, right? We were all three, 1, 2, 3.
No. You got mad at me for that. No. You're thinking of like OG Ride Car. So that was, I still stand by my decision because it was going to work if Andrew Berger didn't wreck me. And that son of a bitch, he was a hell of a driver, and we got along great, but he found a way to wreck me every damn time he was around me. But we were leading, with me, you, and Preet were 1, 2, 3 on the high side at Bumpy Daytona. High side's where you want to be, but in Rod Car, that was like best of the best plate racers. So they knew how to make the bottom work. So I figured there's 3 of us. I need to be going down and working the bottom here and there. So I went down to the bottom in 1 and 2 when they had a run, and I was just going to control the bottom lane till they pushed me to the lead, and then I was going to come back up, and I figured we could kind of alternate. Oh, God, sorry. Alternate doing the same thing, and we would, that inside line would never get the lead. Well, I went down there, and y'all told me it was stupid, and I was like, nah. And then Andrew Berger wrecked me. Hooked me up the track into Preet. I went flying through the air. Cozy was a sitting duck, and none of us won. But long story short, that's not what I'm talking about. Bumpy Daytona was like the last little bit of Rod Car. It was basically the start of my bad luck in Rod Car. It was my like last chance at a win. Well, I say my last chance at a win. It was one of my last chances at a win. I pushed you out on the last lap, and we were coming off turn 4, and I can't remember if I faked low and went high, but whatever you did. When you blocked me, we got that weird bumper lock thing, and it spun me out.
I felt bad for that too because I didn't want that to happen. But I also
it wasn't really your fault because like it happened. But you killed my ride car career. That was the last like good run I had. Because there for a while, man, I was competing every week. I went on a little tear there. Like I won all 3 or 4 of my ride car career wins. Were like right on top of each other there for a little while. So. And then you kind of killed it. And then I dominated DXT there for a little bit. And you saved my DXT career though, so we got to give you credit where credit's due, because you pushed me up there. You tried wrecking me. You didn't mean to, but when you pushed me up to the lead and I blocked my heart out, and then you pushed me up to the lead again in DXT, and then the whole field wrecked, and then I was hung out at the bottom, and I came up to block you, and you ran through me, and then Dan Harrington wrecked you.
Yeah, I was trying my hardest to fucking help. I was trying my hardest to make sure you won, and you're still out there fucking blocking me and shit. I didn't want to win whatsoever, but you're fucking. I was trying to get you. I remember that shit. Oh man. Yeah. Dude,
and I saved it, and me and Dan battled back to the line, and I won that. So you revived my DXT career, killed my ride car career.
Hell yeah, we gotta wrap this thing up, but I wanna end it on this note. If Rod's out there listening, bring it back, man. There's nothing like a rod car, man. And I tell you this, there is nothing like winning rod car. Oh man, it was like crack. I mean, it was like. Especially like the early years. I mean, it got really drafty with the updated cup package, but and at that point it was kind of shit shows in here and there. But it was still like, especially those early years back when we first went in. We talked about it before, but man, you had to learn a lot. You had to earn the respect of everybody, and then you start working on wins. And it's like when you'd win one of those races, because a lot of those motherfuckers work together. They'd be rolling like 8 cars, 9 cars deep. You know what I mean? All on TeamSpeak or whatever. And there was just like a couple of us, like you, me, Preet, whoever else was racing with us, Harry, I guess, at some point. Yes, we were always outnumbered. But man, if one of us won, oh fuck, I was lucky to win a handful of them, man, and there was just like nothing like it, man. So it really sucks it ended the way it did, and I certainly took it for granted. But I'd love to see it come back, man, because that was some of the, I mean, I'm sure for you too, the most fun I think I've ever had in any iRacing league. So
when Rod Car was exclusive, it was really fun, but I don't think it'll ever come back. But I kind of want to try to do something like it in Moon Car, try to get a lot of those same characters back, but I don't think we could ever recreate Rod Car. Rod Car was just something special.
Yeah, it is true. But hey, we have a lot of memories, and lucky for us, most of it is out there on YouTube somewhere. So there's some dude. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. If you're new to the channel or new just to the community, check out some of them old. A lot of the best clips are in the old best ofs from like 2017, 2018. But I think a lot of the full races are out there. 10 out of 10 recommend if you just need something to put on in the background. I'm telling you, some of the best channel moments have come from there. But that's going to about do us for this week's Gas Holes. It was another good week. We had some internet troubles there at the end, but hey, we figured it out. I was really happy my internet came back as soon as it did. But no, another really fun week. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Do you have any final words?
Fuck.
All right. Well, that's going to do us for this week's podcast. We'll see you next Wednesday. In case, unless we don't, then we'll see you the next Wednesday after that. Thank you for listening. I love you.